One of the major public health threats that's facing Orange County citizens are mosquito-borne illnesses. Now, these are viruses that are spread by the bite of mosquitoes. So someone who's infected with the virus gets bit by a mosquito. That mosquito can then bite a healthy person and infect them with the virus. The ones we're mostly worried about here are chikungunya, dengue, and Zika. These viruses are prevalent in South America, Latin America, and the Caribbean, and people who travel there might get sick and come back here to Central Florida. Now the problem is the type of mosquito that can transmit these illnesses exists here in Orange County. In fact, they're very common here. They're called the Aedes aegypti or Aedes albopictus mosquitoes. They're small gray insects with little white stripes, and they actually like to live near your house. They breed in small containers full of water. And what we need to do to protect ourselves from these illnesses is avoid getting bit. Now you can do that from several ways. One way is to wear long sleeves and pants and do what you can to cover up your skin. Another is to make sure you're wearing insect repellent. We recommend the type with DEET. A third way is to try to remove breeding grounds for these mosquitoes. Now we can do that very easily because these mosquitoes like to breed near our houses in container. So what we need to do is dump out standing water. Anytime you have standing water in your house, whether it's from a gutter or a bucket or a planter, you need to dump it out at least once a week. In the summertime, it only takes 7 days for these types of mosquitoes to breed. As long as we're dumping the standing water out near our house, you'll probably be protected because the mosquitoes do not travel far from where they're born. We're here at my house so I can show you some common areas that potentially can serve as breeding grounds for these mosquitoes. Any container that can gather water and sit for 5 to 7 days, mosquitoes can breed in. Even very small things. One of the most common things that we have in our yards that can collect water are planters such as this one. You want to make sure that your planters have holes drilled in the bottom of them or that you have the ability to dump the water out every few days. Commonly, people who have gutters that can get clogged, particularly gutters where there's oak trees nearby, need to make sure that you clean out your gutters several times a year. If water stands in a clogged gutter, mosquitoes can breed there pretty much all summer long and you have no idea that they're up there. Specific types of plants actually carry water inside them, like bromeliads. Bromeliads are very beautiful and many of us in Central Florida have them in the yard. They have a small amount of water that gets stuck in the center of them and that allows them to gather nutrition. However, mosquitoes utilize that to lay their eggs. So it's important that you rinse out the water every 7 days or go to a local gardening store and buy tablets that you can place in there that will repel the mosquitoes from laying their eggs in it. Another potential breeding site in people's yards are fountains or bird baths. You want to make sure to take your hose and rinse out a bird bath or a fountain at least once a week, especially in the summertime, to make sure the mosquitoes can't breed there. Any other type of standing water, particularly in toys that children might leave behind, or any other kind of decoration that you might use that can fill with rainwater or sprinkler water, you want to make sure you rinse it out or dump it out once a week. If you do that, you're very unlikely to get bit by this particular type of mosquito. For more information,